My dear friend Betty shared a very profound story with me. Her brother-in-law, Alan, owns a production management company that is responsible for building sets for some of the top Broadway shows. In fact, in 1988, his company built the sets for Phantom of the Opera. And that show was such a smash hit that almost right away, they took the show on the road. When they opened up in Tokyo, Japan, Alan invited Betty to come for the grand opening. So Betty was there when she watched Alan instructing people every morning. He had a clipboard with about 100 crew members or so, and he gave very detailed instructions on what everyone was supposed to do that day. So Betty was surprised when people would come back to him after the meeting and ask him questions that he had already handled. In fact, one or two of them asked him the same question a second time. And Betty was surprised when she saw that Alan never changed the way he answered the question. In fact, he answered it as if he had never heard the question before. So when there was a break, Alan and Betty had a moment together, and she asked him, she says, "Alan, I've never seen this side of your personality before. I've never seen you so calm." He says, "It's not part of my personality." He says, "In my head, I'm very frustrated. I'm thinking to myself, didn't they listen? But if I responded that way to them, they would be afraid to ask the questions. And the only time I would find out what they didn't know was after the curtain came up. And that's not the time I want to find out what they don't know." So is it safe for people to ask you questions at work? Because if it isn't, the way you'll find out what they don't know is at a time when you don't want to find out.